It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in cinema, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey.
And we got no Murman this week. What's Murman doing right now, Jim?
Murman is doing work for Calgary International Film Festival, getting ready for the festival of the fall season.
Nice.
Yes.
That is very exciting.
It is. Which we'll be talking about later.
Oh, excellent. That's a good idea.
Surprise.
Fantastic. I really like that festival.
It
has been very, very good over the past few years. So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform, or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film, and we will watch it if it played anywhere in the world, in a cinema or a theater that is also a cinema.
Yes.
One of the two that you can buy popcorn, a drink, maybe candy, and sit and watch a movie.
They're actually synonymous, cinema and theater.
But don't they do plays in theaters?
So we should just be calling them cinemas then, I guess.
Exactly. But some people call them theaters. I don't know why.
Well, they still call it a movie theater. I guess maybe if you're saying theater, maybe you're referring to the stage. And if you say movie theater, then obviously you're referring to movies.
The synopsis of our English language.
Played in a cinema.
Yes. Nothing better than
But why
English
would you say
language.
movie theater when you could just say cinema?
Makes sense to me.
That's like way more syllables. It's way harder. Movie theater. It takes like 6 hours to say cinema. Done. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Is it?
You know what? That's it.
What's the root word of cinema?
I'm going to stop saying movie theater.
From now on.
It's just cinema.
It's it. Cinemas. There we go. So if played anywhere in cinemas, we will watch it. Now, enough of that stuff. Let's get to raging, but first.
We rarely get to this part of the song.
I know. Nice. Let's just take a pause here.
I didn't even know this existed.
Me neither.
This is awesome.
What happens next?
I don't know.
Sounds like an alarm.
It does.
You know what? I think that's the rage alarm.
There we go.
Let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, Canyon Meadows Cinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5, $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca. Should I be hitting this button?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Now, we all know this is The Amazing Merman Predicts theme music. And because The Amazing Merman is finally working again, and, you know, for those who are listening, you can just send money to Film Rage and we can give it to Murray so he can live. It's, you know, we don't need it. I mean, we kind of need it, but not as badly as Murray does.
I don't have any to give to him, but
that's
you
right.
give some to us, we'll pass it on to him.
Exactly. So Murray can eat this week. So, this week, Murray's not going to get to predict nothing. So Bryce and I thought we would throw our hats in the ring and try and predict what each other was going to be.
Was that what we were doing?
Yes, we are. So before seeing the movie, because we did see these movies together.
Yeah, legit.
So
I'll give you
legit,
what
and remember you said, I'm not writing it down. Don't you trust me?
I
And then
forgot we were even doing this.
And then I
but
said, yes, I actually fully trust you.
All right.
With every orifice of my body.
All right.
So, I predicted we saw two movies. One is The Haunting in Venice and The Retirement Plan. So, based on a few scientific research items prior to this movie, which was we didn't mind the last Kenneth Branagh film.
It seemed to be heading in the right direction. The first one was brutal. The second one was meh.
Yep.
This could be. We would think it'd be either a higher meh or maybe it could be
even a mondo. So I predicted a meh for you.
I also predicted a meh for you.
That was pretty good predictions, I think. If I would say so ourselves.
Yes.
And I predicted that you would rage off The Retirement Plan. Only
Really?
because looking at the trailer, it looked awful.
Yeah, it looked so bad. I kind of thought that
Maybe there was a chance.
I thought you would mad just because you'd have your Nic Cage boner going. So.
I had a few boners going on in this because there was a lot of boner-worthy stuff, which you're going to hear about soon. And you know what? Only time will tell if these predictions will be correct.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's kind of cool music.
It is. I did something right.
Good. Nicely played.
Nice. All right. Now we also have. We also got to do the Murman Minute.
Well, the Murman Minute, it doesn't go yet.
Oh, well, let's do that later.
Yeah, we'll do it when we always do it.
Oh, okay. What is that?
I don't remember.
Oh, it's after we talk about the movies.
Yes.
All right.
It's the first thing that happens after the
Well, I just thought we were going to double dose the
because,
Merman.
Merman gets to speak 8 hours about every freaking movie, and then he also gets his own segment. I don't know how that works.
It's not a minute anymore. It's the Merman
It's like the
hour.
Merman hour.
That's right.
It's like we got an hour podcast, and 59 minutes of it is the Merman Minute.
Nice.
But whatever.
All right. So what did we see first?
We saw A Haunting in Venice, which is actually called Halloween Party. It's based on the book Halloween Party by Agatha Christie.
Nice.
Have you heard of her?
You know what? I think she was a writer.
Yeah, and I think she dabbled in mystery.
Yeah. Did she not also write about Poirot and other scenarios?
Yes, and that is actually what this movie's about.
What?
It's about that Poirot guy.
Oh,
Poirot. Yeah.
My French is almost as good as
Kenneth
Branagh's.
Yeah, we get to watch Kenneth Branagh do his little French accent again, which is always entertaining for one of us and rather infuriating for the other. So yeah, Branagh brings another Agatha Christie novel to the big screen to pretty much, I almost said similar results, but not really, because this time we get another all-star cast going through the motions of another bland adaptation, just kind of like the previous two films. The second one was a little better, got to meh, but this third adaptation takes a step backwards. It's just boring. And how on earth is this story that seems like it should have been he obviously didn't make a very good adaptation of this movie, because I swear that this seems like a 20-page short story to me for what was in the film.
Yeah.
And this was a novel? I don't get it, because there's a lot of. I'm all for drawing stuff out to create tension and whatnot, but this was just boring.
Does Agatha Christie? Does she do graphic novels? Because maybe this was a graphic novel.
No, this was an actual novel.
Really?
Yeah.
With no pictures?
No pictures.
Okay, well,
it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because this would have lent itself to a graphic novel. Actually, it would have been kind of a cool graphic novel.
Now I kind of reread the book just to see if it's...
Because, where did he miss the boat here? Because there were some boats in it.
There was, yeah.
But apparently they needed one more boat, because I did not understand how this was a fully fleshed story. The performances were fine. They were, when you got Michelle Yeoh, she wasn't in it long enough.
No.
But I just didn't connect with this thing at all. And it was an hour and 41 minutes of nothing. Like nothing. Like there was nothing. And everybody and their dog would have had this thing figured out the way he kind of played it out. It This was just an epic fail. I really thought it would keep that trend going.
And come on, you know you want to do it.
And it's a rage.
Of course, you would say it was a rage. So it looks like I am not correct.
Rage!
So I thought you would have liked it. But because of what we were getting a progression.
Yeah. The first one was awful. The second one was all right. And
was
so
okay.
like, this one should be at least all right.
Yeah, you would have thought he would have learned from the last one. But let me talk about this for just a little bit. So, who done it? Who done it? Who done it? Let's reveal, shall we? In the last Poirot film, Death on the Nile, the one who does it was Gal Gadot. You know, the one who did not fit into the story, where she was in a giantly fantastic cast, and she stuck out like a sore, terribly cast acting thumb. In this one, who done it? Who?
Yeah, you just have to
Done it.
look at who's the least likely, and that's who it is.
Who done it?
Again.
This time, on top of the attempt of Kenneth Branagh trying to speak French with a French accent,
Yes.
mind you, I have to admit, he was getting better at it. This was definitely the best Kenneth Branagh French impression that he's done yet,
All right.
of all of them. And every movie that he's pretended he's French. I don't know what his thing is with it.
It's never bothered me. But
It's always bothered
it's like,
me.
whatever.
Yeah. So we have Tina Fey,
Yep.
who in a comedy I'm about, I'd say 50% on board these days.
Yep.
But in a drama, she definitely did it. Not only did she do it, also our overly obvious murderer did it as well. Who is that? Spoiler, Kelly Riley, the other person who did it. And by did it, I mean be completely repulsive and annoying for an entire movie. Because she can't act.
Okay.
And in this movie, Tina Fey, she just wasn't the right person cast for this role.
it was
not her
it was
at
odd.
all. It was just so odd. You're right.
It was just odd.
And I don't know much about Agatha Christie.
And she's doing a little accent too that was annoying.
I don't even know what accent it was. It was just really bad. So yeah, these were the ones who done it. And
They did it. They did the bad acting.
yeah. But this time it was just more boring and tedious.
It's just so boring.
And had zero character development in a story that is obviously who done it within the first 15 minutes.
In an hour and 41 minutes, can you not develop one character?
Yeah, exactly. Just one. That's all I wanted. Other than his, and his wasn't developed either.
Yeah, semi-developed, and we got to know why he. Well,
and we're seeing it through an obviously drugged out bad French accent for 2 solid hours of him basically interviewing people about something I solved like pretty much right away and also didn't care about. Like what annoyed me, I think, the most about it was that he went on to interview people and that everybody kind of had a motive. So it's not like
all of them.
It's just like all of them, except in this one, the only one they were planting seeds for the entire movie was the one who did it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like after the second seed, if you haven't figured out that she did it, it's kind of like you're either thinking there's going to be a surprise ending, and then, I mean, why would you do that anyway?
Well, it's supposed to be a surprise.
Is it? Because it wasn't. Because every single person, there was nothing that led them to believe it. But then all of a sudden they'd be like,
well, none of them are even connected to her in any way.
I know.
They've never been there before. So how are they suspect?
And then there's like,
why would they? Why?
This honey doesn't taste like wildflower. It's like it was just like so many of those, and like this is the only key. It's almost like there's like it's like a thing for little children that goes, and the light bulb goes on when you know there's a clue that proves who did it. It's kind of like, wait, is there another clue? Wait, oh right, this is a clue because There's no reason why this is happening at this moment in the movie.
I remember laughing to myself when they said this honey doesn't taste like wildflower. And then you just said it again. I forgot about that. It's just because right there I'm like, oh my God.
If you haven't figured it out by now,
just put it on the screen.
It's like wildflower. It's like, whoa, there's something going on.
Yeah. There's something significant about this. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, then on top of that, you throw in a Lord of the Rings never-ending ending. And me looking at my watch multiple times, I wish I would have gone and seen Slaughterhouse instead of this steaming pile of garbage. The only two things I liked about this was the CLF, who is basically the smartest and best actor in this entire film, which I don't remember his name because, we'll probably see him again. And the sound was incredible. This was such a good sounding movie to see in theaters, especially with really good theater sound, because there was a lot of quiet in it and a lot of things that you would just hear kind of going on around your seating. So I fully enjoyed the sound in this. I wish it was more of a fisheye lens, drugged out couple of shots of Kenneth Branagh's vision and daytime shots of Venice for 2 hours with no one talking. And none of the cast trying to dumb up the scenery. Then this had a chance of being palatable. Yes, my friends, Venice is not haunted, and this movie is haunted with the worst ending of this trilogy to this point. I'm hoping this is a trilogy. I hope this isn't a thing that's going to go on forever.
This was the third one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a trilogy. This is the third one.
Oh, you're saying you hope it's a trilogy so he doesn't make another one.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a quadrilogy.
That's all he does now.
Is just
it's
do Agatha
weird.
Christie.
Well, it's all he does if he stars in it. I mean, he comes out and he makes Belfast, an amazing freaking movie.
It was amazing.
And he doesn't put himself in it. Maybe that's the key.
That's the key.
And then he's got this Poirot hard on where he's gonna make another one.
I sure hope not.
He's gonna.
I hope this makes zero money and people go, you know what? Maybe you should do Belfast 2. No, back to Lucky Charms or something. I don't know. Yeah, please stop doing that. There's so many things to unpack in this that I don't know. It's not really. There's just so much randomness that goes through this whole movie. Why is Tina Fey even in this?
No.
Like who decided to cast her in this? Like, she's never really been a strong performer in dramas. Like, I don't even think. Like, why would you put someone like that in this as a drama?
Yeah, and I guess they tried to make her kind of funny, but
not really.
Not really.
She wasn't funny, and she wasn't.
She was street smart.
What? Yeah, I don't know. Even when it came off, she's like, it was really good to see, she's supposedly the smartest person in the world. So I got the second smartest person in the world to try and solve this crime with me. And I'm like, really? Tina Fey is the smartest person in the world?
It doesn't.
That's not what people think of. They think of Liz Lemon. That's really ultimately what they think of. So yeah, I don't know why. And Michelle Yeoh, if you're going to put... that was a waste of talent.
Just a complete waste.
They should have just put... Why didn't they put her in as Agatha Christie? That would have been good.
That would have made more sense.
Right? If they would have had Michelle Yeoh as who Tina Fey was playing,
then
it would have made a lot more sense.
So much more sense.
Yeah, this movie's not good at all.
I did not like it.
And I did not like it at all, Sam, I am.
I did not like it.
In the cinema... I did not like it with anything. I can't even rhyme to it. I'm so pissed off. This movie is so awful.
I did not like it.
The funniest thing about this movie, though, was at the end of it.
Yes.
The very end.
Yes.
And then Kim's parents asked us, did you like this movie?
Right.
And then you said, and I'm quoting you here.
What did I say? I don't remember. I probably just woke up.
You looked at me and you went, I can tell by the look on his face, he's not excited about this. And apparently, the vision of me can give things away.
Yes. It wasn't good.
You did a pretty good job acting, though, because I think they were a little more in love with it.
They really enjoyed it, and I didn't want to
spoil their fun.
evening by telling them what a piece of dog crap they just watched.
Poop that it was.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we also got to see another movie.
Oh.
called The Retirement Plan.
Ooh.
And
I used to have one of those.
yeah. And
Now
by
I'm
the
gonna
way,
work
we
forever.
both could not predict what each other was going to say in that last one. Okay.
Yes.
So, The Retirement Plan. From moment one, we see that the budget in this film is not very high. Although I wish it was more of a suspense film, which I didn't really find that much. Nic Cage being Nic Cageist.
He was real.
Super
There's
Cageist.
a lot of Nic Cage going on.
Ernie Hudson doing his best Ernie Hudson.
He was totally Ernie. Super likable.
Yeah. Jackie Earl Haley being subpar Jackie Earl Haley, I'm going to say. He was not on his game.
He was going to, what's this?
Yeah. But you know who is money in the bank in this?
Oh, I do.
It's Ron Perlman.
Oh,
Kicking every single motherfucker's ass in a story where conveniences, license plates with out of state, country, or marking
Or
has
no
some of
marking.
the worst, or just basically no marking, and some of the worst acting from a CLF.
yeah. She was great until she started talking.
Yeah, and then as soon as she started talking, it was like, what is happening right now? Yeah. The ridiculousness of the dialogue. Did I mention the convenience of everything?
Yeah, there's a lot.
But that all being said,
yes,
this was some of the funniest, or maybe I shouldn't say funniest, funnest 45 minutes for us to get through the beginning part of this movie.
first 45. Yeah.
It was so much fun. Not often have I had such fun a time with a private screening where you and I can riff off a completely redonkulous film,
Yes.
which, although it was predictable, contrived, and badly conceived, it had some well-written and often well-timed comedy. But
Yeah.
was it intentional or was it not intentional? That is the question.
I think it was about 50-50.
Yeah, but it was still funny.
But the stuff that was unintentional was like the really
Was the
funny
really
stuff.
funny. Exactly. Then the ridiculous wore off and the idiocy caught up with the fact that Bobo died, and with
Yes.
him, so did all of the fun.
There was no enjoyment after Bobo
No,
died.
once Bobo dies, that's it. Nic Cage still got it, but not nearly as much as Ron Perlman. So if Ron Perlman was mesmerizing
Yes. Well,
by the fact, Nic Cage would be gone.
is Nic Cage even on the list right now?
Yeah, he is. So when we come back and we talk the list, if we add Ron Perlman on,
But
Then-
I thought that the rules were you have to be mesmerizing all the time, so it doesn't matter if you can get knocked off by someone that's not on the list.
but Nick was still pretty mesmerizing.
Not
right?
like Ron Perlman.
Yeah, but we're not talking the list. He can't be removed except on the list. So if we happen to forget we've had this conversation,
Oh, I'm not going to forget this conversation because Ron Perlman just kicked his ass. And Ron Perlman, I love Ron Perlman, but he's not mesmerizing. So if he out mesmerized frickin' Nic Cage in one movie,
at his cagiest,
and he was full on Nic Cage in this.
yeah. But then you know what? Halfway through the movie, it's like he started dialing it in.
yeah,
It was kind of like
he was not quite as
It was
Nic
it was
Cage.
kind of like what happened is like he was super cagey,
Yeah, he had it turned up to 11,
and then
that was
he turned
about
it down to 2.
It wasn't 2, but it was like 4, 5.
Yeah, maybe 4. Yeah, you're probably right. It was maybe 4 or 5. So yeah, and then I had time in the second half of the movie to start imagining whether or not Ron Perlman and Rhea Perlman may be fraternal twins.
Plus, you're trying to make a case for, Bobo can't be dead. He's coming back. No, he's not coming back. He's totally
It was the only
dead.
thing I was holding on hope for.
It's the only thing that can save this movie is Bobo walks in at the end,
But you know,
murders everybody, and takes the kid and raises her right.
what made me really think about this was that if Ron Perlman and Rhea Perlman came back and did a twins remake, wouldn't that be an awesome movie? Because they even have the same last name. It's so awesome.
I guess. I don't know. You're going off the rails, man.
Well, I kind of lost focus in this movie.
This movie had no focus.
But I'm going to say for that and Ron, a.k.a. Bobo, this could have been a Mondo if it would have stayed with the same level of ridiculous and
maybe.
cagiest and funnest that the first 45 minute had.
I enjoyed it so much for 45
Yeah,
minutes.
me too. But unfortunately, Bobo leaving the film early had this take itself too seriously and spiraled into a rage. And I've got a few things to unpack, but let's see what you have to say about this.
Yeah, I mean, we had Nic Cage, full on Nic Cage as noted already. Ron Perlman just completely steals this thing, and as I say, for 45 minutes, this was super duper enjoyable. We got some Angela Bassett lookalike.
Yeah, she
that was weird. I honestly thought it was Angela Bassett. I'm like, what the hell is she doing in this? And
I'm like, no, it's not Angela Bassett.
Then they add another camera angle, and it's like, okay, well, that's totally not her, but she really does kind of look like her.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Not anywhere near as talented, but
yeah,
that's a thing. But yeah, this was not fun after 45 minutes. Ron Perlman's Bobo was stealing the show. I'm enjoying it. I'm also enjoying every time we get introduced to a new character.
Yes.
Their name gets splashed on the screen in giant letters.
Wow. Oh, that does, but does
and it's got this every time you get this sound effect, and it's like, yes! And it was something to look forward. You know what? They need to keep on introducing characters for 90 minutes. There should have been somebody introduced on like the 89th minute of this movie.
They did
just
have
to keep
people.
the pressure up.
But we did figure it out as we were watching that, though, that it was only characters that were more primary characters.
Yeah, you got the whoosh action
because if you only had like one line of dialogue,
it was
you
such
didn't
a
get
bizarre movie because one of the main characters from the beginning. We get no resolution on. We have no idea what happened to him.
They didn't give resolution on any character. Actually,
It's
none
just-
of them, unless they died.
It's just weird.
And
It's
even
such
then,
a
I
poorly
think Bobo's
written
still
movie.
alive.
No, Bobo's dead, man.
He just fell in the water. He got hit with a... I mean, Nic Cage got shot with how many bullets, and he lived.
Hey,
So all they did was shoot Bobo with
If whoever wrote this, like, wants to make a movie that's watchable, just do a prequel with Bobo.
Yeah.
Just all
Or have him
Bobo.
climb out of the water with a harpoon in his chest.
Jason style.
That's right.
Have lightning hit the water and like somehow hit a chain that he's and zap him back to life. Just like in like Friday the 13th part
Bobo.
4, or part
Bobo's
3,
back.
part 4, maybe it's part 5.
Back. Bobo's back for vengeance.
Anyways.
He's no longer retired. He's coming out of retirement.
I hated this movie.
Yeah. The
It's
first
a
45
rage.
minutes was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, it still couldn't be Mondo because it's just so bad. But it was bad fun, and I could enjoy it on that level. And I was all in on it. We were having a good time.
Yeah.
And then they killed the only character that was enjoyable. And then you're thinking, okay, well, maybe if Nic Cage can keep up the crazy for another 45 minutes. But then all of a sudden, where did the Nic Cage crazy go?
Yeah.
Because now he's not getting totally outstaged by Bobo. He can come in and do his thing and
Cage it up.
It won't be as good, but it'll be close and it'll just keep up the pressure. But no, that didn't happen, and then it just spiraled into rage.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with films. Sometimes where they just like it did try and it put too many things in it, and they had to go too many places and added too many characters that weren't. Like, there was too many characters in this movie, and none of them were really important. It was like they had to add all this other story in there, which just gummed up the middle and the end.
Lots of gumming.
And the end was just like nobody had an actual wrap up. But I just still couldn't get over the fact I've never seen a movie that you literally they took every single license plate and they made it generic. Like, I've never seen it in my entire life, because they would go, we're in Miami. We're in Grand Cayman. We're back in Miami. We're in DC. And then every single one was a white license plate with black or blue, I can't remember, print with no markings. Like, It's like, wait, are these all government issued license plates? What's going on here?
What is going on?
It was redonkulous. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But the whip sound was awesome.
The whip sound was awesome. That every time that happened, it gave me such joy.
And that happened for the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So my suggestion, if you watch this movie, just watch the first till Bobo dies and then just turn it off.
Yeah. Then once there's no Bobo, no need to go forward from
No
there.
more go-go.
Yeah.
No Bobo, no go-go.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of words to live by, really.
It is, yeah, I mean, with a name like Bobo, too. Like, he had the best name.
It was so good.
So good. So much Bobo.
Yes.
All right, well, that's all we saw in cinemas. Although, we're still trying to get ourselves prepared for this coming week, which is going to be a grind. But on that note, we're going to talk about the Murman Minute.
I didn't think he's not here. How come he still gets a minute?
Well, we're gonna talk about what we think Murray would have thought of these movies.
What?
Yeah.
That's our Merman Minute?
Yeah, that's our Merman Minute. We're dedicating our love to our poor working soul, Murray. So I think he would have loved Haunting in Venice. I would think he would have given it a Mondo. And the reason I say he would give it a Mondo, for whatever reason he likes Kenneth Branagh's French accent. I think that he also likes mysteries that are kind of easy to solve. But he still likes the mysteries.
All right.
That's what I'm predicting. He would have thought.
I think he would have given it a meh.
Okay. Just because it was so terrible?
Yeah.
But
it was so, I mean, he likes some stuff
Intrigue.
that's not great, but he couldn't have loved this. Could he have?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him if he read the book. So that's our predictions. Bryce thinks Murray would have given it a meh, and I think he would have given it a Mondo.
Wow.
And the retirement plan, I think he would have given it a meh, because he's coming around to Nic Cage's caginess.
He probably would have given it a meh just because of Nic Cage.
Yeah, and I think he likes Ron Perlman.
Well, who doesn't like Ron Perlman? Well, seriously, how can you not like Ron Perlman?
I don't know. People don't, I guess.
No. Name one person that doesn't like Ron Perlman.
That guy who has the fan club that says, I hate Ron Perlman fan club.
There's no such thing. You're making stuff up.
I want to look that up now.
He's like Ray Romano. Everybody loves Ron.
I'm just
he's
sad
the Ray
that he's
Romano of like someone that's actually talented.
I kind of wish...
That's not true, by the way. Ray Romano, he's got something, but
he's funny.
I haven't figured out what it is, but
he's funny.
There's something there.
He's funny. And I'm just sad that Rhea Perlman and him are not brother and sister.
Yeah,
because they think they kind of look alike.
They actually do.
Yeah.
Even though one's like twice as tall as the other.
I think it's probably like 3 times as tall.
But their faces, I could see them being brother and sister.
Maybe the Perlman family is like from a very small group of people. Oh, there we go. There's our Merman Minute. Maybe about 2 minutes, but...
There was. Usually it's about,
7 hours.
45 minutes, so
exactly.
We're making progress. Making progress.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
This week is twofold. Number one. Well, 3. Sorry, I got threefold. Number one, we didn't get Slaughterhouse in a major release when it came out 2 weeks ago. We did get it to come to second run at our cinema, CMC.
Canyon Meadow Cinema. If you are in Calgary, you can go check it out. It plays 3 times daily until Thursday. I'm not sure if it's coming back next week, so... I guess that's till tomorrow. So if you're listening to this on Thursday, rush out and see
Slaughterhouse, and then
maybe
let us
it'll
know,
last another week.
And let us know what you thought of it.
There were 3 people there at a 3:50 p.m. showing, I hear. So
that's 3 more.
That's $15, man.
That's right. Plus people brought popcorn.
That's straight cash.
That's right. So that's my first rage. My second rage is stop making these fucking Agatha Christie films. Just stop it. Like you're batting, I don't even know the math term for baseball, but if 2 out of 3 are bad, wait, this is like a reverse Meatloaf song. 2 out of 3 are bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad according to Meatloaf.
Yeah, but it's the reverse Meatloaf song.
Oh, so if 2 out of 3 are bad.
2 out of 3 are bad.
Then stop making them.
Stop making them. Just stop doing it. And then the third thing is, Nic Cage, why can't you make...
Much.
Nic
you
Cage,
can't have 3 rages.
I've got so much rage this week. And the last one is Nic Cage. We know you can make good stuff. We were literally talking earlier that you made Mom and Dad, which was fantastic.
It was.
You've made Color Out of Space, which was fantastic.
It was.
You made Mandy, which is like one of the best movies ever made in the entire world.
Not quite, but it was
It's up
good.
there. It's up there. And that's the cagiest of all cages. That's the top rung of the cage.
Yes.
And then you make stuff like this. Just cut it out. Stop just saying yes to everybody that asks you.
Are you that hard up, dude?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure he was
Come
rumoring
on.
he was rumoring his last movie was that one where he made a movie about himself.
Yeah, which was good. I enjoyed it.
It was meh.
I liked it.
Yeah, those are my rages. Take your pick.
I will.
All right.
Kenneth Branagh, stop making Agatha Christie movies.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Okay, I have no idea what this music is. I just put some random music in.
Nice.
So
Let's see it.
here it is. This
I
is
hope
going to be
it's-
Calgary International Film Festival theme music. Let's hear it.
Sounds like it's not very loud. Sounds a little classy.
Yeah, this is all right.
Ciff is pretty classy, I guess.
This works. So we're going to talk a little Calgary International Film Festival for a bit here.
Yes.
We're very excited.
So whoever's listening and you're in the Calgary area, starting September 21st, which I don't know what date it is right now, but starting September 21st, the festival starts and it goes to October 1st. You can see everything that Calgary International Film Fest or Ciff Calgary has at ciffcalgary.ca. So that's ciffcalgary.ca. I think the CA stands for Canada, but I don't know. If you forget, just remember it's .ca, not .com. It's .ca.
www.calgary.
Isn't it
No.
/ HTTPS www? I don't know, something like that.
www.ciffcalgary.com.
Yeah,
That's
that's the one.
CIFFCALGARY
.ca.
.ca.
That's right.
Meant .ca.
We're gonna make this episode to an hour. No, don't you worry.
Okay, so one more time. I'm gonna get it right this time.
No.
Yes, I want to get it right.
Okay.
It's ciffcalgary.ca. That's CIFFCALGARY.ca. Ciffcalgary.ca.
That's right.
You can get all the films that are playing, all the times that they're playing at. You can click on stuff, buy tickets.
It's so easy.
Then you go to the movie.
It's
you have
so
a good
easy.
time.
So
you
easy.
support your local festival.
That's
it's
right.
so good. Or maybe not your local festival. Maybe you come in from Cucamonga, California, and you want to watch some movies in Calgary. Do it.
Yeah, you should definitely come for this for sure. So we kind of took a look at some of the films that we're hopefully going to get to see. And so we've kind of made a list of the ones we're most excited about.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I didn't put mine in any order. Bryce likes to order his.
If
but
it's a
because-
list, then you put it in order.
Yeah.
You start from the bottom, and then you
'Cause
get
I'm
to your
not-
number one most
I'm not-
excited film that you're looking
I'm
forward
not more
to.
excited to see one than another one.
You gotta
there is a lot-
differentiate.
No way.
You go
No.
from 6 down to 1.
No, not me.
No, that's how lists work.
That's not how.
Just go look at list.
They're all equal. If you can make a list that's all the same equal. So there's no particular order for mine, but Bryce has an order. So the number one that is not necessarily my most excited to see is called Sleep, which is a Korean horror film, which basically speaks for itself. And it looks creepy as fuck because it looks like there's only 2 characters and has something to do with sleeping and things bad happen when they're sleeping. And it looks really cool.
It does.
Yeah, that's my number one.
Huh.
Do you want to do
Interesting.
your number 6 or whatever? Are you doing reverse order? Because you want
Of course, you always start from the
you and
least
your
and go down to the
reverse.
number one.
Okay, well, tell everybody what your least most excited.
My least most excited film. See, that makes it sound bad.
Because it's stupid.
I'm super excited to see this film. Just not as excited as the next 5 that I mentioned. But my number 6 most
I only have one
anticipated-
level of excitement.
It's my number 6 most anticipated film of the Calgary International Film Festival edition 2023.
There you go.
Seven Veils. It's the latest from Adam McGoyan. So it's Adam McGoyan. I know I'm going to like it because he makes good films.
That's right. That is a good choice.
All right.
Okay, the one
So
that
you're-
I'm most excited about, but it's not in any order, is
tied.
is my second favorite director of all time,
Yes.
Hirokazu Kurida's
There's
film
Akazu
Monster.
Kurita. Yes.
I am most excited about seeing this by far, except I'm equally just as excited to see a movie called Sleep. Also stars one of his alumni actors, Sakura Ando from
Yes.
Shoplifters,
Yes.
who I think she is freaking amazing. So, if you're a Hirokazu Kurita film, you should see this too. It's probably selling out, so
Yes. Get your ticket.
yeah.
All right. My 5th most anticipated film of the Calgary International Film Festival, edition 2023, is Vincent Must Die, about a guy who is, trying not to die, and then stuff happens.
Yes. And interestingly enough, in my order that I have, the next movie I'm most excited about is Vincent Must Die.
There you go. You should have put these in order so we could have compared.
Which kind of flips the zombie genre on its head, a little French style. So get ready for some scary nudity, and it's going to have 3 of my favorite things in one film.
Is there nudity in
Zombie-like
this?
killers, French films, and like all French films.
See,
there will be some nudity.
Nah.
I'm
See, we went to
guaranteeing.
a French film that one time.
Just one time.
And there was no nudity.
It was
and
only
that's all
one.
I got to hear about for
but
the
there
next,
was
like, 6
implied,
months.
There was implied nudity.
It was actually a pretty good movie, though.
And it was a very good movie. And there was implied nudity.
Yeah, that's not nudity.
But of all the nudity I like the best is the French nudity.
Yeah.
Because it's usually you can count on it.
Plus, if you're going to have nudity, you might as well have it and not imply it.
Yeah, exactly. The French just do it so well. Everything's natural to them. It's like they're not afraid to show anything. It's like you want to go see a French movie, maybe you want to see some breasts from men or women, or you want to see some junk. You're going to see that. French just know how to do it right.
All right, my number 4 most anticipated movie of the Calgary International Film Festival, edition 2023,
All right.
is Anatomy of a Fall.
Ooh.
It's about a guy who falls and dies,
Huh?
and then stuff happens.
After he dies.
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's the anatomy of that fall.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's French, I believe.
Nice.
95% sure it's French.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, apparently we're going to get some good French films.
Yes.
I am wanting to see a movie called Evil Does Not Exist,
Hey.
which I cannot pronounce his name. Harushka Yamaguchi.
Ryosuke
Yeah.
Hamaguchi.
Yeah, Ryoguchi
No,
Hamaguchi.
Ryosuke.
Say it again.
Ryosuke Hamaguchi.
Yeah. Who is the director of Drive My Car, which is one of our favorite movies of Ciff from last year. Was it last year?
It was, no, it was 2 years ago.
Wow, time flies. I was sad. The thing that makes me so sad about this movie, though,
Yes.
which might have made it, if I did have an order, to my number 2 most excited to see, is that it's only 106 minutes. So we may have to see it twice just to get the full effect, because nobody knows how to make a long drama like he does.
Yes. Hamaguchi.
Yeah. How long was Drive My Car? 3
It was
hours?
like 6 hours long, and
It
it,
was-
felt like 45
and
minutes.
it felt like it should be double that.
So good.
Yeah.
My number 3 most anticipated film of the Calgary International Film Festival, edition 2023,
Yes.
is Evil Does Not Exist. Written and directed by Ryosuke Hamaguchi, who made Drive My Car one of the best films of the 2021 Calgary International Film Festival. I don't care what it's about. He made it. I am looking forward to it.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what it's about. But with a name like Evil Does Not Exist, I'm
gonna
already
be
excited.
awesome.
Right? I'm already excited.
I'm stoked.
Okay.
I think I picked the perfect music, by the way. This is awesome.
This is a little too perfect. Actually.
It's
I'm a little
too
creeped
on
out
the,
how
it's,
much
it's,
I like
it's
it.
on the nose.
It's nosy for sure. My next one is Blaga's Lessons.
Ooh.
I'm hoping it's an old person taking revenge on being scammed. And if it is, it could be the best film of this year.
It seems like that's what it's about.
It kind of does, although they kind of hint that she goes on a scamming fest, which, you know, speaking from films I like of little old people who kind of breakdowns, if everybody remembers a couple years ago, it was Woman on the Roof that pushed me over the edge. It actually won the Jim Film of the Year award. So
Jim Film of the Year.
That's right.
There you go. I don't even know where I am. Oh, yeah. Number 2. My number 2 most anticipated film of the Calgary International Film Festival
2023
edition 2023 or 2023 edition.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah. Is Sleep.
Ah,
It's a Korean film about a dude that sleepwalks.
yeah.
It's going to be excellent.
And there's going to be some horror.
So much horror.
All right, my last one, because we didn't want to list like every single movie.
This has to be
because you
your
can
most
read it.
anticipated.
This is not my most, although it may still be the best movie we see. It's called Le Chimera.
Oh, it's not even what I thought you were going to say.
This looks
you already said it. Never
completely
mind.
wackadoo.
I'm so...
I can't wait, and the trailer gives you nothing.
La Chimera.
This is one of the ones that
It looks good.
You watch the trailer and you're like, this could
What?
be so wackadoo
Yeah.
that it could be the best film of the festival.
I'm actually really looking forward to it. It didn't crack my top 6, but yeah, I'm
that's
so
okay.
looking forward to it. The obvious one that I haven't mentioned yet, if you're keeping track, which you're probably not, because I'm just kind of rambling on today.
Ramble on.
But of course, it is my number 1 most anticipated film of Calgary International Film Festival 2023 edition is Monster. Of course, Koreeda's latest film. The man does no wrong. How can this not be the most anticipated film?
Yeah, I mean, he's my second favorite director. The only way that he could have had competition is if Cronenberg had a film in this. So
There you go.
And then he would have had competition.
Now we just got to see if they live up to our expectations. I don't think everything on our list. I don't know how it can not. It just.
Well, Creed has never made a bad movie. Like every single movie he's made.
Well, that's the thing.
To
The
me
creative
is
forces that are behind these movies, they don't just look cool. They all almost all of them have like the filmmakers have a track record of excellence.
Yeah. See, that's one of those things that like you don't necessarily get from American or Canadian filmmakers sometimes. Like we should really go through Adam Agoyan's list too. When we come back to the list, just to see, because
he does make a lot of good films.
He does like a lot of good films, right? So, you know what? The lineup this year looks fantastic, people. So if you haven't started getting your tickets, stuff is already selling out. We missed picking up a couple of films, and now we can't get into them. So
yeah, we were dumb.
You will see us there when you're there, because we cannot wait. So
we will have a present.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly when our schedule is going to be, because we may have some interviews with some directors. We may not, depending on how their schedules line up. The other thing is we're just not sure when we're going to release. So we probably are going to have 2 episodes through the festival just to tell us our top films so far. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned to get your pens ready to write down, or your iPads.
Because even if you don't see them at the Calgary International Film Festival, they'll be worth checking out, and they'll probably be coming to a theater near you at some point. And if not, we're in an era where you can see pretty much everything online eventually. So keep it on the list.
I have a feeling that this festival, and festivals like TIFF and this, and even VIFF, this is what we're going to get to see for the next year.
Yeah,
because
they get sprinkled out over the year. I mean, we just had some
they normally
stuff.
do, but there's no new content coming out of the U.S. and Canada right now. So because of that reason, there's going to be a huge gap. So you're going to be hungry for films. This is a really good way to find the films that you want to see for next year, because a lot of this stuff might not even have made it into cinemas. Like, and we've seen that many times, at least in our local cinemas. They don't get picked up. But when there's no, superhero movie coming, or
when Avengers Part 9 isn't coming out.
That's right, or whatever, Fast and the Furious 27.
They got to put something good on.
That's right. So keep your eyes peeled, because these movies are fantastic.
Yes.
All right, well, I think that's enough for today. We couldn't make it to a full hour, but you know what? We could talk about Murray for another 10 minutes if you want.
I don't want to talk about Murray for another 10 minutes.
That's enough of that then. All right. Well, thanks, Rangers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, or our god of rage, for the voice of Rage or Dare, which you will not be hearing for a couple weeks because Casey's on holidays. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We're always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us rage. That's it for now. Rage on. Rage!